So how about this for a rarity, a Crystal Palace goal?
Yeah, 12 hours, 11 minutes. Patrick Van Aanholt was their last goal scorer. Great disguised pass from MacArthur. He puts it into Andros Townsend's path. He pulls it back with his right foot into Cabaye, who chests it down. David Luiz looks to try and clear it. Comes back off Cabaye, hits Azpilicueta on the knee and wrong foots Courtois. He has no chance of it, but a little bit fortunate, but they deserve it. They've been pushing from the outset. Let's just hope they don't sit back now, because they're playing this game very, very well. Chelsea have not started.
It's gone to Cabaye at the moment, but looking at the angle of it, was the ball going wide? Might it be an own goal?
It looks like it, and Courtois is going that way, and it just wrong foot.
Off Azpilicueta, so it could be an own goal off Azpilicueta. Well, interestingly, Bolton have also been in a terrible run of goal scoring as well, and in their 8th game, they finally score as well. Sammy Amiobi gets the goal for Bolton, and Bolton leading by a 0-0. And so at last for Bolton, there's something to be happy about too. Wigan 1, Southend 0. Wigan have started well in League 2. They're second at the start of play. Portsmouth 1 up on MK Dons, and Charlton lead Doncaster by a 0-0 as well. Chris Sutton, what's going on at Wembley?
It's all a little bit flat. Bournemouth are sitting deep. Tottenham are controlling the possession, and the Harry Kane team can't break the deadlock, Mark.
The Harry Kane team, yes. He didn't like that Pochettino, did he? He had a real go at Pep Guardiola for that. Was that fair enough?
No, I think Dele Alli from 20 yards, it's blocked. I think Pep was out of order saying that. I think the Spurs' defensive record over the last couple of seasons has been really good. Dele Alli's a top player, disrespectful and sad.
Swansea against Huddersfield then. Swansea with a lot of set plays at the moment, Paul.
Yes, that's just down to the ill-discipline of the Huddersfield players, giving silly fouls away, not standing on their feet. Kell looks like he's going to swing one in from the right-hand side. And keeper, yeah, great hands from the keeper, but it's end-to-end, to be fair. Both teams are having a right crack at it now.
He just caught it.
No, but it's under, you know. Yeah.
I thought for a second, it was going to go over his head, actually.
He just caught it there. It's not great hands, is it?
Accrington 1, Coventry 0 in League 2. Manchester City and Stoke then. City should be ahead through Sane. Much of the same, Jermaine?
Yeah, I mean, City have been definitely had most of the possession, created most of the opportunities. Obviously, the Sane miss was huge. They're getting in those wide areas a lot, though. Down this right-hand side, especially with Kyle Walker and Raheem Sterling. Ball's just gone in from De Bruyne there to Kyle Walker. He's around the 6-yard box, squares it, goal! Come to me at the perfect time. Gabriel Jesus with a goal, lovely bit of play, lovely overlapping run from Kyle Walker. The energy that he shows to make this run from his own half. De Bruyne, obviously, with that weight of pass, slides it in behind the defence. And a lot's been said about Kyle Walker's quality in that situation. Picks out his man. Gabriel Jesus, 1-0 Man City, and thoroughly deserved.
Well, that was we saw a few moments ago Van Aanholt in a similar sort of position, not pick anybody out. He waits, doesn't he, there?
Well, yeah, I mean, in honesty, you know, he's got numbers, he's got options, which is what you exactly need in that situation. But he bides his time, he has a look, he's picked out the best option. And in fairness to Jesus, what he's done very well is he's made that by making the run across the front post. You know, I don't know what the Stoke centre-halves are doing. There's 3 of them in there, and he's made the run across Kurt Zouma. Made sure he's the first on it, and yeah, it's a tap-in for him, but good bit of play from City all round.
Let's go to the Silver Lake Stadium, Eastleigh. A goal in the cup, Tom Bushell.
Absolutely, and it's the away side of visitors who have gone ahead. Hereford are 1-0 up here against Eastleigh. Their form in the FA Cup this season has been phenomenal. They've scored 14 goals, now 15, and they haven't conceded. They've kicked off nicely here, 1-0 up inside 15 minutes here at Eastleigh.
BT Sport Monday night, the draw for the first round proper of the Cup. OK, Turf Moor then, Rachel, what can you tell us? Sun's out, lovely day in Lancashire.
Yeah, just like most days up there, absolutely, at Turf Moor. It's been a bit of a midfield battle. Scott Arfield for Burnley's been, I think, probably should have been awarded a yellow card, but Nick Pope's been the busier of the 2 keepers. Joe Hart made a couple of good punches early on. Other than that...
Wow. Oh, what's happened there? Chelsea have equalised.
Chelsea, Bakayoko. Great delivery from Cesc Fabregas, great flighted ball, and it was just an easy header from a corner. Just pots it into the thing. All them big centre-halves from Palace, they must be defending that better.
City 2 up, they're running away with it already.
Yeah.
Sterling centre. I know you were having a look at the Bakayoko goal.
No, great play from Sane.
Sane, was it?
Oh, great play. Goes in and out, checks again. Stoke can't lay a hand on him, and I think it's Kevin De Bruyne. Lovely little reverse.
Pass.
Yeah,
And there is Sterling. I mean, he scored so many goals like that, Sterling, just by being. You talked about Zaha not getting that far opposed to him.
It just looks like a five-a-side.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
It's like toying with him, isn't it?
Easily got so
Toying
many
with him.
options. Everyone wants the ball, and they're just queuing up to tap the ball in the net.
2 men on mark there on the 6-yard box.
Great ball from Kevin De Bruyne.
It's all about
Great
that
awareness.
pass from De Bruyne. They've all kind of shaped up to go and close him down for the shot, and just with one pass, he's just unlocked the whole defence.
He's got the goal in front of him. They think he's going to put it that
Correct.
side, does it? And he just slides it back there.
In fairness to those Stoke players, you would be. That's the first thing that's coming into your mind when De Bruyne picks the ball up on the edge of the box. You want to get out to close it down, but he's that clever. You know, he picks out the passes.
Antonio, West Ham scored.
Oh, West Ham have scored. It's all happening
I was
now.
about to shout. It's just a few technical difficulties. Seen it?
Oh, straight down the pitch. A ball straight down the
One
pitch
long
as
ball.
well.
I mean-
Simple one, yeah, over the top, in behind Ben Mee. This bit of miscommunication between Nick Pope and his back line, and Antonio just nicks it round Nick Pope and slots on.
Oh, it's
Dear
a-
me, Nick Pope really should have done better with that.
It's a terrible goal to give away from Burnley's
Terrible
point of view.
goal,
Ball
yeah.
straight down the middle, miscommunication, goalkeeper doesn't gather it. Antonio keeps running, to be fair, doesn't he? Keep
It
running.
does.
get
It's
one
a
or two-
sloppy one. I'll tell you what,
Keeps got to be better,
Sean Dyche will be absolutely raging at that. He's got such a good home record. To give away a goal like that, whoa.
Right, it's all been happening because amidst all that, there was a big shout for a penalty. Oh, great save from Lloris as well.
Brilliant save, and Bournemouth have come right back into this game. And do you know what? It's an interesting shout for a penalty for Bournemouth. It's Smith down the right-hand side, pulls the ball back to the edge of the box. Stanislas fires a shot. I think it's going in.
Stanislas.
You know what I mean. Stanislas fires a shot, and Sanchez goes towards it with his chest and arm. It hits him on the arm and goes out for a corner. I just wonder what Graham Poll has to say about that.
Right, one of those, maybe it was hard to spot exactly which bit it hit. Right, all been happening.
Yeah, and there's also been a couple more goals in the FA Cup fourth qualifying round as well. In fact, one of the games we've not mentioned yet today, Poulton Rovers of the 8th tier playing against Sutton United of the National League, who of course had an extraordinary run in the FA Cup last season, getting to the 5th round, beating 3 Football League sides on their way there before losing to Arsenal. It's 1-1 in that game, and I'll be keeping you up to date on all of those.
Preston in 6th, leading at Craven Cottage. Jordan Hugill has scored there for Alex Neil's side. In League One, Walsall 1, Blackpool 0. Bury have come from 1 down to lead Bradford by 2-1. Confirmation Mikel Antonio's first goal since March has put West Ham in front. So Burnley 0, West Ham 1, City 2 up on Stoke, 0-0 Tottenham and Bournemouth, Palace 1, Chelsea 1, and Swansea 0, Huddersfield 0. Tim, how have Palace responded to Chelsea's equaliser?
Very good, keeping possession very well, mostly from that boy Cabaye. He's just dictating the play. They've had a few chances since then. You know, they've been in most of the games being played in Chelsea's final third. You know, so they'll be delighted the way they started this game, Palace. But Roy Hodgson will be absolutely disgusted the way they defended that corner, because that's bread and butter stuff. You know, if they're going to beat you, let them open you up like Man City do to teams, but don't concede an easy goal like that from a set piece.
5 and 6 for Jermaine Beckford at Gig Lane there, 6 and 7 for Raheem Sterling, and City 2 up on Stoke. Graham Poll's our referee on the spot. He's at Vicarage Road for our live game later. Bournemouth shouting and pleading for a penalty at Wembley. Graham, what did you think?
I can understand the shout, but I think it hits Davinson Sanchez right on the top of the shoulder here as he drops down. His hands are tucked away behind his back. He can't make himself smaller, so I think a corner was the right decision.
Yeah. OK, Chris, you happy with that?
Yep.
Yep.
Bleeding.
Yes, you know, it's one of those. He does move towards the ball with his chest. You can understand Bournemouth's frustration, but if the referee isn't sure, I think he got it right.
Yeah, he can't guess. Zaha going close again, Tim. He's really coming back into the team with a real impact.
Just come back into the team. He looks like he's fully fit to me. You know, he gets 1v1 with Gary Cahill, shifts it to the right, hits the shot. Cahill makes a good block, goes away for a corner, but they're on the front foot, Palace.
They're on the front.
I'll tell you what, Poons, Fur is, I don't know, he's lucky to stay on the pitch. I mean, Kachunga's on the left-hand side. He cuts inside, going towards the 18-yard box, and Fur just grabs hold of him. Because of Kachunga's honesty, he stays up. If he goes down, it's a second yellow card, and it's off. He's lucky to stay on the pitch.
The ref should see that.
The ref, he should, yeah.
We want players to stay on their feet, but if he goes down, then he gets a red card.
Well, he gets his second yellow card, but it's you know.
Yeah, but he didn't go down.
No, but
He's got to go down. That's
He's
what
got to
I'm
go down.
saying, yeah. Don't pay, to be honest.
No.
Paul Clement might have a decision to make quite early in this game.
I think he'll take him off at half time.
Yeah.
I really do.
I wait till half time then.
Yeah, might be down to 10 by
I'm not
then.
Paul Clement.
Luton 3 up on Stevenage. Wow, the local derby going the home side's way. Luke Berry after 21 minutes. Looks like that one's wrapped up. Can we say it's wrapped up, Jermaine, already? Are City going to win this at a canter?
Yeah, they are. I mean, look, Stoke have not even shown a glimmer of being involved in this game, but at the same time, Man City are unbelievable. I have to say, you know, it's so difficult, you know, for a manager to kind of set up his team to go and play against them. They're just so fluid. Like De Bruyne plays where he wants, Silva plays where he wants. They haven't got any real structure to kind of how they play. So, you know, you're marking spaces, and they're so brilliant in tight spaces that it's so hard to close them down. You want to criticise Stoke, but at the same time, it's difficult to when they're just brilliant.
And we've talked before about the impact that the fullbacks have had this season at Manchester City. Obviously, Mendy's out in.
You're in again.
Oh, in again.
Silva.
Oh, Silva's just overrun it. But particularly down the right-hand side, and Walker absolutely influential in this goal for City to make it 2-0. End-to-end stuff as well, starting with Walker at right-back, and you'll see where they all get involved again. Sane to De Bruyne, and then De Bruyne a beautifully disguised pass to Sane, who carried on the run, and Sterling taps it in. That was it, Jermaine, wasn't it? So Sane gives it to De Bruyne and carries on, knowing that there's every chance he'll get it back again.
But that's what they do. They pass, they move, they lend the ball to each other. They've got willing runners. I mean, Kyle Walker, I mean, already, you know, the kind of level of energy he's showing down this right-hand side. He covers the whole right. You don't need a winger.
Yeah.
You don't, because he just says, this is mine, leave it to me, and I'll create the width for us. And on the other side...
already, Jermaine. 3 assists already this season, more than any other fullback, of course, by miles.
Oh, my word. De Bruyne has just played another unbelievable pass into Gabriel Jesus. He's in the 18-yard box. What they do is they get it into this half, and they just create little, almost like five-a-side games.
Yeah.
And it's impossible to kind of get the ball off the level of quality they show is unbelievable. De Bruyne is just orchestrating the whole thing.
City against Napoli on Tuesday, which you can see with us here on BT, of course, in the Champions League. Rachel, Andy Carroll and his man bun get a yellow card.
Yeah, indeed. It's been a good battle between Tarkowski and Carroll throughout the whole first 25 minutes, but Carroll's just been booked for going up for a header. His arm behind him, his elbow catches Tarkowski right in the face. He's fuming that he's got a yellow card, but when you look at that, I mean, it's one for Graham Poll really to decipher if it is a red card, but
yeah,
it's an elbow in the face at the end of the day.
He gets up, has a swig of water, shakes himself down, Tarkowski.
Well, I don't know, he's still down, he's still receiving treatment at the moment, so it's a bit of a nasty one. I hope there's no damage.
Oh my word.
Oh, City still could be 3. It is 3. 3-0 City, that's Silva.
This is outrageous, honestly. I mean, the ball from Sane, even to pick out Sterling, you know. Oh, wow.
Sorry.
from winger to winger.
Oh, my God. I can't believe my son just missed from 4 yards.
OK, let's do Thomas Ince for a second.
Oh, it was,
By the way,
it was 5 yards.
Sorry, JJ.
Oh, Andy Carroll's been sent off in the middle of all that. Andy Carroll's been sent off. And Winston Reid is going mad on the touchline. Right, Carroll's been... Was it a straight red or a second yellow? It's hard to tell amidst all the excitement.
So the second time he comes up, it's another... He goes up for a header. It's a second yellow card from the referee within a minute. Crazy from Andy Carroll. He's just been booked for virtually the same thing. In the middle of nowhere, he goes up for a header. Just waiting to see the replay to say if he goes exactly the same. Carbon copy of what he's just been booked for. He gets sent off again.
It's Ben Mee, and he elbows him in the back of the head.
Same, he leads with that left arm.
In the back of the head.
Yeah, he's going to be endangering his player, so his referee's just given it a yellow 30 seconds before.
You know what?
Exactly the same thing.
1.5 minutes in between.
He should have got sent off for the first one, in my view.
Yeah.
So that was just daft.
But that's a yellow. Should that be a straight red? That was a yellow, wasn't it? And then
It was a yellow.
that's a straight red
if
for me.
he's
Is that
a
giving
straight
a yellow
red?
for the same thing,
Yes.
he's going to give another yellow to be consistent. But yeah, either of those two could probably have been a straight red.
Slaven Bilic is having a furious discussion with Mike Dean, the fourth official. No question about that. We'll get Graham Poll in a second, really, as to whether that should have been a straight red, not just a second yellow. Right, amidst all that excitement, let's start with 3-0 Silva.
I thought Ince clapped for a second there. I was a bit worried, but obviously... I think he's been a bit harsh on his son, by the way.
Yeah.
He wasn't exactly a tap-in, but I get where his frustrations come from. Look, the ball from Sane to pick out his teammate, his other winger on the other side, is absolutely sensational. Whips it across the box on the floor. But the kind of the way Sterling has shown a real calmness, not to try and have a strike on goal, it's come to him. Everyone's expecting bang tap in. He's cut it back to David Silva around the penalty spot. He's took a touch, back of the net. It's unbelievable to watch.
He's learned that, Sterling, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He hasn't always had that. We've always criticised him for not having that final pass. He's training day in and day out with them superstars like
It's taking him to the next level.
He's watching it. He's knowing when to pass and when to shoot. Brilliant.
I'll tell you who else is loving this. Gareth Southgate must be loving it, seeing Sterling playing like this, as you say, every week, that exposure. And also, Jermaine, the argument is, can they play in a manner, City, that Man United can't quite play yet? I'm not saying City are going to win the league and United aren't. I'm just saying, can they play in a different dimension?
You mean from a defensive point of view?
United,
I don't think they want to.
In an all-round point of view, City.
I don't think it's in Pep Guardiola's makeup to play that way at any stage. The question will be, can they win the league being as expansive as they are? But I think if you look at them defensively, they've been brilliant this year.
Yeah, they've got better balance this year, haven't they?
Yeah. So I think those question marks of them defensively have to they've got to start to go away. And watching what they're watching, I think it should be the other way around. I think Man United need to be looking at them and going, well, how do I get to play like that?
Dicko's put Hull in front at Norwich. Graham Poll. Graham, it seems the only discussion about Andy Carroll is really...
ref, I'll tell you what, that's got to be
should
a
the
pen.
first one have been a red, and/or should the second one have been a red?
That's him.
For me, I think Stuart Atwell's got it right. The first one is a yellow card. I think if there's any doubt, you've got to go for yellow. You've got to be certain to give a red card. And I think if you've been sent off, some of your panel will be going, "Oh, it's harsh. Why has he had to do it?" However, the second one, I think, is a red card when you see it slow motion. He's already cautioned him, so he gives him a second yellow, but really it should be a straight red. He's off the pitch now, and I think Slaven Bilic probably won't be far behind him unless he quietens down.
Yeah, straight red for basically elbowing Ben Mee in the back of the head as he goes up for the header.
Yes, he jumps across, and he's stupid. It's a minute and a half earlier he's been cautioned, gets away with one, and then he does it again, but worse. The elbow actually goes into Ben Mee. He's jumping. He says he's looking at the ball, but you can't jump with the elbow leading.
All right, Graham, thank you for that. Johan Cabaye didn't score for Palace. It was an own goal to Azpilicueta, so Patrick Van Aanholt still the last person to score for Palace in the league. Jeff Brazier's got a goal at South Shields in the Cup.
Yes, it's South Shields of Step 8 against Hartlepool of Step 5. And guess what? It's the home team are 1-0 up. It's a fantastic atmosphere around the stadium, as you can imagine. It's their first attempt on goal. A long ball over from the left. It goes into Carl Finnegan, who controls it. The defender slips, leaving him clear to just shift it onto his favoured left foot and hits it underneath the keeper, straight in the back of the net. 1-0 to South Shields.
Plenty happening then. Andy Carroll sent off. City going top. We'll be back in a couple of moments' time.
Oh.